I would like to introduce you all to one of my favorite games of all time. This is a game I had as a kid. I am especially nostalgic for it, and ever since I started my channel, I've always wanted to Let's Play this game. Welcome to Ark the Lad Twilight of the Spirits. Probably one of my earliest RPGs I've ever played, and the game that influenced a lot about what I love about games and the kind of stuff I enjoy. Let's go ahead and start this.
All right. Ready? Let's go, Lloyd.
Karg, you can do it.
All right. Let's begin. You're showing a lot of improvement.
Hang on. We're not finished yet. How's that?
Well done.
Apologies for the audio right at the end there. I'm kind of new to Let's Playing in this kind of format. God, I had such... In this format, I kind of mean, like, you know, shifting the audio up and down for voice cutscenes. I really want to do that for this playthrough, because, like, they're kind of rare in this game. This kind of came from the era of RPGs where, like, voice cutscenes or pre-rendered cutscenes are seen more as a reward due to how uncommon they are. And speaking of voices, first thing I kind of want to mention, the voice of our protagonist here in blue might sound a little familiar. That's Quentin Flynn. This is probably one of his lesser-known roles. God, I had such a smile on my face during that scene. This game means so much to me, guys. Like, that was really fantastic, Karg. Really great. Now, what kind of person is so happy to see their father lose? But you certainly took me by surprise. You've improved so much, and almost without me noticing. Ah, you don't think that you're just getting slower? You should be retiring as Commander of the Defense Corps soon, shouldn't you? As soon as you're ready to protect this country, I'll be glad to hand it over. That's why I've been teaching you to handle the sword all these years. That's what you tell him, but you started practicing even harder ever since you knew you would be challenging Karg. As if you were trying to make sure you wouldn't lose. Paulette, you must address him as Lord Karg. It doesn't matter that you've been friends since you were both young. I'm always telling you not to be too familiar. Don't worry about it. The monarchy was abolished ages ago now, and Paulette's a year older than me anyway. It doesn't matter whether the monarchy exists or not. Our responsibility to protect the royal family of Nedelia doesn't change. Paulette, I hope you've been practicing like I've told you. Father, of course I've been practicing. You're not as skilled as Lord Karg, even though it is your duty to protect him. That won't do. Okay. It feels weird seeing Paulette hold a sword. Commander, could I have a minute? Something's been troubling me. What's up, Banjo? I wonder what's happened. Let's go and find out. And here we go. So right off the bat, we start the game with 2 party members. Karg, I should explain like what their roles are and what they do later. We just started. Although I will say something of note, Paulette is my favorite character in the game. Already we got introduced to her. This is a pretty big game too. Pretty much every single character in this game I have like a big story behind. Like the cast of this game really means a lot to me. Start with healing herbs, revival medicine, and a bomb. And for equipment, oh my god, I love how this game does equipment, and it's something I feel you don't really use, or you don't really see that often. Again, I'll get more into it later. For now, let's go talk to these 2. Lloyd is listening carefully to Banjo. Ah, Lord Karg. I was just telling Commander Lloyd, a short while ago I saw a suspicious old man on Scrap Plateau. Suspicious? Yes. He wasn't from this country. He was muttering to himself and seemed to be wandering around looking for something. He was pretty creepy, so I didn't speak to him, but it's been worrying me. I can't imagine there's anything around he could be looking for. I'll go take a look. One old man's not something to get the whole defense corps out for. Very well, we'll check it out. Very well, we'll check it out, thank you. It's not much, but maybe this money will help you prepare, Karg. Paulette, you go too. But don't get in Lord Karg's way. Okay. Right, I'll be getting back then. Okay, I'll come along with you then, Lord Karg. Hey, don't call me that. I feel so awkward when you're that formal. Hey. Hahaha. But I really don't mind, you know. I'll call you Lord Karg if you like. Oh, hold on. Hate that pop-up. You know you don't need to. Just because I'm the son of the old royal family, the people of Ubel all treat me with great care and respect. It's not that I don't appreciate it, but I'd like it, at least you to treat me normally. Okay then, Karg. Right, let's get going. Wait a minute. Shouldn't we let Lady Nafia know where we're going? Otherwise she won't know where we are if something happens. She's at home, isn't she? I think so, but I don't think it's really necessary to tell my mother everything. Yeah, let's go do it anyway. Why the heck not? Huh, Mother's not here. By the wind. New era. Did you just hear someone talking? Yes, but I couldn't make out what it was saying. Maybe it was Lady Nafia. Oh well. Maybe Mother's in her room. Come on. I'll wait here. There's no way I can go inside Lady Nafia's bedroom. Very well. No, not here either. Huh? What's that shining? What's this, a stone? Huh? You know, to this day I'm not really sure what this character is supposed to be. He looks like an old man wearing, like, puffy pants and, like, duck legs? I don't quite get what this design is supposed to be. But given they're, like, spirits and more corporeal, maybe being more abstract is kind of the point. I am the spirit of the wind. Does it just mean, does he have devil horns too? Like, what is this design? Spirit? For aeons. Countless aeons. Anew. Age of Union. Listen carefully to my voice. You know, something probably worth noting is that this is actually the 4th game in this series. There are 5 mainline Arc the Lad games. So a lot of people have told me that you don't have to play the previous ones to get the story of this one, and I know that because this is one of my favorite games of all time, and I've never played 1, 2, or 3. But there might be some things I just don't get, or, like, don't register as being from the previous games for that reason. As for Arc the Lad 5, it is one of my least favorite games of all time. I really hate that game. I might let's play it someday, but it's... God, that final boss alone makes me not want to do it, but I don't know. I guess we'll see where things go, I guess. A spirit, huh? Yes, they were in the stories Mother used to tell me.
Long, long ago, people lived in peace with the spirits. But a divine ruler with an evil heart appeared, and he used the power of science to try to rule the world. However, many brave people stood up against this ruler. Borrowing the power of the spirits, they defeated the evil ruler, and they sealed his body inside an ark. Do you know what an ark is? It's like a box that holds mysterious power.
Wow. So the bad guys always lose, right?
Well, the divine ruler came back to life thousands of years later to take his revenge for being imprisoned for so long.
Really? Then what happened?
Coming back to life and escaping from the ark, the divine ruler had taken a very strange form, one never seen before on this earth. And then he tried to destroy the world. However, there appeared a great hero and a holy mother who carried on the will of all those brave souls of the past, and they stood up to fight this evil divine ruler. It was a long and fierce battle, but in the end, they defeated the divine ruler and sealed him in the ark once more. However, as a result of all this, the world was badly scarred, and the spirits disappeared from the face of the earth. But something else appeared in their place, beings called Deimos. Humans and Deimos loathed each other, and this led to fierce confrontation. In time, the world was divided in two, with humans living in one half and Deimos in the other. And eventually, it became strictly forbidden for humans and Deimos to associate with one another.
Like, case in point, that story Nafia tells I'm just gonna assume is the plot of one or more of the previous Arc the Lad games, you know? Funny how I remember that. But I wonder, was that really a spirit just now? Why would it suddenly appear to me? Did you find Lady Nafia? No, she must have gone out. Sometimes she goes off on her own somewhere. So that voice just now is just our imagination? No, that was a spirit. What? The spirit of the wind. A spirit, like the ones in folk tales and legends. Yeah. Are you alright, Karg? You sure you didn't see it in a dream? There haven't been any spirits around for years and years. Yeah? In any case, they only used to show themselves to chosen people, really. I guess it must have just been an illusion, but... Come on then, if Lady Nafia isn't around, then we should hurry to Scrap Plateau. Yeah, let's go. Let's talk around town a little bit. You know, admittedly, I never really talked to too many NPCs, because you don't really get a lot from doing so. But it might get me interested to some, or it might get me into some more lore of this universe I never really noticed before. Hello, Lord Karg, how are you doing today? I'm having the young ones clean out the old tanks. These kids today sure have a lot to learn. Hey, aren't you done yet? Lord Karg is here, you know. Ah, Lord Karg. Oh no. I'm not good in high places, you know. Like, what's the point of the tanks? Why are they cleaning them out, you know? Hello, Lord Karg. I'm off today, so I thought I'd take it easy at home. But to tell you the truth, my wife and mother are constantly arguing and I can't get any kind of rest. But don't worry, as a Defense Corps member, I'm always ready to be called out to duty. Oh, Lord Karg, welcome to my humble home. Would you mind going up to see my mother? It would mean a great deal to her. I can't believe my daughter keeps me cooped up in here all the time. She doesn't seem to notice you. Well, if it isn't little Karg. My, look how big and handsome you've become. I remember when Lady Nafia returned from a long journey with a baby in her arms. It must have been 16 or 17 years ago by now. Now that I recall, Yubel was in great danger. When Lady Nafia returned to Yubel, she had wounds all over her body. We were also terribly worried about her. And while she was gone, Nidalee was invaded by another country. They killed the king and burned the castle to the ground. But even though Lady Nafia was not completely healed, she rose up and led us all to victory. You should have seen her. Lady Nafia's vigor overwhelmed the invaders, and they retreated. But the greatest of Lady Nafia's feats was what she did after that. Instead of restoring the monarchy, she set up a system in which everyone was equal. So we have her to thanks for the great country we live in today. Kitty. My mother is up on the second floor. Okay. That was a nice little story. And as someone who has beaten the game, like, bunch of times, like, some of that is foreshadowing too, I will say. Oh, Lord Karg, listen to this. Someone broke into my home and robbed me. What did the thief take? The thief took some food from the kitchen. All of the apples and bananas were stolen. You should be careful too. That's foreshadowing too. Well, it just moves so fast that I can only catch a glimpse, but I'm sure it was a monster of an awful green face. So I've already reported to Duncan at the Defense Corps office. Lord Karg, I saw it. I saw the green-faced monster running from the castle ruins to Chaos Forest. It must be a wild monkey. It was swinging from tree to tree. We'll learn more about this monkey later. Oh, Lord Karg. Nice to see you on this glorious, peaceful day. This peace we owe to your mother, Lady Nafia, you know. Who would have thought this little country could grow up to be a member of the World Alliance? You may not believe this, but your mother was a great fighter in her younger days. If anyone dared invade our country, she would stop their attack cold and drive them out. Everyone talked about the Lady Warrior from Nidalee. Through the cooperation of its member nations, the World Alliance promotes peace and safety. I believe the headquarters are in Cathena. But being so far from Cathena, I wonder how much Nidalee really benefits from the Alliance. Hello, Lord Karg. How nice of you to drop by and talk to me. So what can I do for you? Inside the town of Ubel, it's safe, but outside it's treacherous. For example, in the Garange Hills or Scrap Plateau. Just thinking about what sort of monsters lurks in those places makes me lose the nerve to leave town. Lord Karg. Banjo is supposed to open the refinery soon, but he hasn't shown up yet. Well, I guess he's taking his sweet old time as usual. If you happen to see Banjo, could you tell him to come here right away? Well, this country has been prospering lately, so I can understand what he wants to see. All the shops. So I can understand why he wants to see all the shops in town. So we should look for Banjo. And here's the flipping weapon shop. Oh, there's Banjo, I think. What? Butch is waiting for me at the refinery. Oh no, look at the time. I'm sorry to put you through this, Lord Karg. I know I'm late, but Butch shouldn't have sent you out here to get me. I'll show him. I'm going to shop around here a little longer. Anyway, I found this at the Scrap Plateau. You can have it if you want. It's no use to me. We get a knuckle guard for that. And that is an equipment. What is that? Oh wait, no. Is that Karg only? Yes, it is. Okay, so something I think is kind of cool about this game, the weapons and, like, armor of the characters is, like, baked into them. Like, there's story reasons for why they have them. So you can't necessarily, like, you know, have them going around picking up new weapons and equip them all the time. So instead what the game does is it gives you weapon parts and accessories that you put on your character. Like, Karg is always going to have that sword, but you can equip stuff to the sword. I'm going to be honest, it's not really much different, but it's just like a little... It's a little touch that tells me that they really cared about the lore of these characters. Anyway, the Knuckle Guard increases defense and counterattack, which is pretty good for this point in the game. We're definitely going to equip that. You have no weapon parts left. I think I might buy a weapon part for Paulette. Stone coating, amethyst coating. Increases attack and speed. Honestly, I think we can do better to purchase something better a little later. We're just about to encounter the first battle. We don't necessarily need to min-max our stuff quite yet. My daughter goes on and on about how she's going to marry you someday. She just won't listen to reason. If you see her, please try not to take her too seriously. Lord Karg, my mom is so mean to me. She said no matter how pretty I grow up to be, I can't marry you. That's not true, is it? You can't marry me. Why not? Oh, I get it. You're in love with Paulette, aren't you? No? You like older women, is that it? No, it's because I'm like 10 years older than you. Hi, Lord Karg. Can you ask Duncan if we can play in the castle ruins? What? Why? Lately, someone's been stealing food from the town. People think the robber is a wild monkey monster from Chaos Forest. There are even some people who say they've seen the wild monkey running away with the food. They say he has a really scary green face, so to keep the monsters away, Duncan has locked the castle gate. But that was where we used to play all the time. I just know Duncan will listen to you, so will you please ask him for us? Okay. I knew it. You're the best, Lord Karg. You know, a bit about what she said, too. Something I kind of like about Paulette as a character is that... Okay, it's kind of an RPG cliche that, like, the first, like, female character you get in a game tends to be a love interest of Karg, but, like... Spoiler alert, that never really happens. Like, they're completely platonic, and that was kind of new to me at the time. You know, it was like one of the first RPGs I played that did it that way. It kind of made Paulette come off more as like a big sister character, and I kind of love that dynamic between them. There's nothing like drinking a few pints on your day off. Oh, Lord Karg, I forgot you can't drink yet. I think Lord Karg is around 17, 18 in this game. It's not entirely clear. Sorry, but please don't talk to me right now. If I could just remember the hiding place, I've almost got it. That guy we'll deal with later. Also, these are save points. Ignore that third character. That was a little test recording. Lord Carr, can you accompany me to Scrap Plateau? Ah, Lord Carr, what brings you here to the Defense Corps office? Do you have any questions for me? Well, you know the corner of a bar must seem like a strange place to have a Defense Corps office. You know, we used to have a really nice office elsewhere before Commander Lloyd took over, but Commander Lloyd wanted the office to be more accessible to the public. That's kind of nice world building. So the children got to you too, huh? Well, beyond the castle ruins and Chaos Forest, they say there's a wild monkey monster. We've been getting reports that this monster is coming into town and stealing food. It apparently has a green face and is quite wily. So in the interest of safety, I'd prefer that no one go in or out of the castle ruins. Commander Lloyd said that your swordsmanship gets better every day. I can't wait until the day when I can fight with you by my side. I'm waiting for my buddies to return from Plume Canyon. We're going to have a few drinks together. If you are leaving town, please be very careful. You may come across monsters. This is a gorgeous world map, by the way. It's a beautiful illustration. I love the music. And I love like the little animating parts of it, like the flowing water, like the snow falling up here in the north, like in this windmill or this water mill over here. Like, it just looks incredibly nice. These little buttons are just cute as well. I don't know, like, this is just a gorgeous looking PS2 game. Honestly, I still think this game holds up really well. The detail in these environments and models are amazing. Get away from me. That hurts. Get off. Where did you all spring from? Ah, someone help me. Damn it. Unreasonable little monsters. So, something else probably worth noting. I think this is the first game I ever played that has swear words in it. Yeah, I played it that young. So, you can kind of imagine that, like, I saw this game as, like, super mature and for grown-ups as a result of that. It is a very mature story, but, like, I don't know, that just kind of added a little bit more to that feeling to me. Because prior to this point, I mostly just played, like more toony RPGs and, like, 3D platformers, which tend to be, like, more toony as well. I had kind of a... I kind of had, like, these feelings as a kid that I wish I could play more mature games, and games like this really spoke to me as a result. Nowadays, I kind of forgo that mindset because, like, I swear, like, most of my favorite games just happen to be, like, rated E or E10 up nowadays, and that's just, like... I don't really look at the ratings anymore, honestly. I just, like, play what's fun or interesting, and whatever it happens to be rated is whatever it happens to be rated, you know? There are so many of those Suskull squirrels. We can't stand by and let him be killed. We've got to help him. We'll take care of this. Oh my god, the way Paulette... Okay, so she uses a sling. You can see it right there. I've always really liked her weapon and how it looks. In fact, it actually kind of inspired a character from my universe. Like, that's kind of how Johnny is meant to, like, use her pocket watch, even. Go and hide somewhere safe. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Alright, you guys ready for the first battle? This is... a tactics RPG. But, like, this is kind of new to me as well. Like, instead of being grid-based, you have, like, a full circular radius you can go through. So let's go ahead and start this. Let's position Karg right here. You can get a little bit more distance with your weapon than I can, Paulette. You should be able to fight from a good position. Yes, I'll be sure to keep my weapon range in mind. You can check your range by pressing and holding R1.
Here I come.
I'll show that off in a second. So when you hold down R1, you get this little radius. The yellow is your actual attack, and the red is your attack range. One thing I kind of like about this game, too, is that you can kind of, like, hold your position with this if you just want to line up your character more easily. It's actually possible to hit multiple characters at once, too, if they're close enough. In fact, I consider some of the best strategies in the game being based around, like, keeping that in mind. As per usual with tactics RPGs, hitting enemies from behind tends to give you a better chance to hit them, and I think do more damage. Never really paid too much attention to that, honestly, but it's good to do. Paulette, with her sling, can actually get a bit more distance, as they just mentioned. So, she is much more likely to be able to target multiple units at once. Case in point, I saw like a pixel there. Yeah, right there, right there. Not from behind, but like, hey, it's more targets. And it doesn't spread out the damage when you do that, so if you can find yourself in a position where you can hit multiple targets at once, I say go for it. There's really nothing to lose. Aside from moments like this where you get put in a worse position because of it. I think this should kill you. I mean, you can always check, but look, the enemy dropped something. Maybe it's something we can use. Yeah, let's pick it up now while we still can. Use pickup command to pick up items. The game also auto picks up we're in tension already? Okay. The game also auto picks up items if you just stand over it and press X. You can also check the enemy's surroundings, your surroundings and the enemy stats with by pressing square. Have I mentioned this is a PS2 game yet? Yeah, this is a PS2 game. You get first aid as well. And I know Karg starts with a move too. Who has less health? You're both at full, although you have a little less, so we'll go after you. Let's line ourselves up so we can pick up the item. And then attack the squirrel. It's worth noting that if you don't pick up if you don't pick up every item, you'll actually lose any items still left on the field. That's something I'm not really a big fan of. It's not really realistic either, but you should keep it in mind. It's just a little balancing thing, I guess. Oh, this is great. Okay, so the TNS at the bottom of my stats there, that stands for tension. As you take damage and talk to characters, that fills up, and when it's filled, you can do a double attack with someone. And this is not an RPG where leveling up heals you. I should probably mention that too. That might pick up all three of those. You're still in tension as well. You know what? I'm actually gonna attack. No, okay. In order to get that double attack, both characters need to be in range of the enemy you are targeting. Just one of the enemies you're targeting, or the main enemy you're targeting.
I'll take that.
That did pick up all three items. That's good. Even if you attack without the double attack, I think this still increases like your critical hit rate or something. Oh, counterattack. If you get close enough... I don't think that's close enough for a double attack. Okay, what I'm gonna do... Pick you up. Attack you. Paulette's turn should be next. Can I hit both of these with your sling? No, I cannot. I might as well go for it. These double attacks don't check for accuracy either, so it's they're kind of good to use on slippery enemies. We're almost done. I don't want to use that quite yet. Oh, counter. If an enemy is not within range, if their attack cone is in range of your attack cone, they can't counterattack. So that's another advantage characters like Paulette have. Like, she'll get counterattacked less often. But yeah, that's the combat. Like, it's methodical, like, it's thoughtful. It plays like a tactics RPG, but something about it just feels snappier to me, too. I always really loved how this game played. It's very unique, and I wish there were more RPGs like this. You can really fight. Thank you. I am Karg of Ubel. What are you doing in these ruins? These aren't just ruins. They're the remains of an ancient civilization. I'm just exploring in case there's anything of value here. Exploring? What exactly is it that you do? What? Don't you know who I am? I guess not. You'll be amazed. I'm the one who travels the far reaches of the world, in search of treasures left by those of ages past. The one and only Zev. This character creeped me out as a kid. I'm not sure if it's like the goggles or like just how you just never really learned too much about him. Never heard of you. I love that reaction though. Well, I guess around here it's possible you haven't. It is a cool design though. God, the character design in this game is so good. There's a lot of like overlapping action in these models too. Like, for example, I think those individual pieces, like the accessories around these three characters do move independently of the model, and it gives them a lot of life. It makes it so these models have aged like very well. By the way, what's that mark on your arm? Oh, we're getting to this already. What's this? Or what is this? Don't worry. I didn't get that in the fight just now. I've had it since I was born. Since you were born. It's a strange shape, isn't it? But it's just a birthmark. I've noticed you always touch it when you're under pressure or worried. If you go back to the cutscene before this fight, he actually does that. It's good foreshadowing. You were touching it when you were fighting those Susco squirrels. I feel like I'm under the microscope. So then, Zev, what are you going to do now? Well, I'll probably explore around here a bit more. Really, I don't think there's anything to find. I'm sure there's something in this country that'll be worth my time. Alright, we'll head back now. Take care. Thank you. Right, let's get back to and report to Lloyd. Yes. There actually isn't really much to find out here for now. There is this over here. This control panel operates the hangar for the airship. Do you want to try the lever? There's no battery. There's some sort of part showing from under the hangar. We'll deal with those two much later. I'm going to look around a little more here. After that, I think I'll think about stopping by Ubel. Oh, there we go. That was the first battle. Let's head back. Oh, we got our first grinding spot, the Grange Hills. Alrighty then, I think that'll be enough for our first episode. I am so happy to finally be doing a playthrough of this after all these years. I can't emphasize how excited I am for this. This game just makes me so happy, you know? But yeah, I will see you folks later. Thanks for watching.